So this is going to be Atal'Dazar Mythic plus 13, I believe. Yeah, with a 30-minute time limit. I'm going to be doing Resto Druid. And this just kind of gives you an idea of the quick way to do it. We do wipe, I believe, once. Just through pulling too many mobs or not stopping a fear here or there in the middle part. But yeah, well, I mean, you can go straight down to the first boss, no time wasted. Just make sure you line of sight this fear. It's pretty simple. Then he's going to do a pursuit. When he does the pursuit, that person is going to die at plus 13, unless if they get caught. So it's the mage, so he can blink twice and be gone. I'm running that way just in case he actually does get to him and catches him, so I can heal. But of course he doesn't get to him, and he's already down to half health. So it's just tank and spank right now, making sure everybody stays up, keeping the person that gets that DPS dot healed up, which it always seems to be the hunter right now for some reason. Line of sight to sphere, which is fine. The mage didn't, so I had to spell him. Swiftman into regrowth, tank's full health, 332k health or heal. It's pretty big. It's back on the mage for pursuit. I know he's not going to catch the mage this time, just from last time. The mage was able to not get caught, so I just start DPSing. I believe in these mythics, as the healer, you need to DPS some. You're not going to be doing big numbers or anything like that, but you do need to DPS some. And yeah, I don't know why I'm just clicking random buttons and shit. But it's a good little run. First boss is about to go down, and I'm not really worried about this fear because he's going to die before this fear hits me. Fully dot the tank, he wasn't worried about it either. And the boss is down. So now it's time to run up. Now these little shits right here, these little fucking little non-elite shits. I was not expecting them to do the damage they did, but as you can see, they're melting us. I mean, the Shadow Priest almost dies, and I understand that's because they're standing in stuff. Don't stand in stuff. It's pretty simple. But for some people, it's very hard to not stand in fire. He pulls this and falls. I thought it was a new technique, but it wasn't. So I follow him, and at this point, we almost wipe, just because I followed the tank down. But I'm pretty sure nobody wipes here. Just tilling everybody up, making sure everybody's tapped off. Yeah, we got them. Nobody's standing in shit, and there's only one left. Mage is a little low, just top them off. But yeah, time to move on to the next wing. Just follow your tank. If your tank knows what he's doing, then you're good to go. Right here, he was looking for this guy who jumps out on me and actually gets me down to 40% health before that. Which is actually pretty low for just a guy opening on me. But again, not too worried. Kill the totems first here, of course. Just normal stuff. Dispel when you can dispel. It's kind of crazy how much damage the non-takes take. But that's because of he's throwing green shit. There's red circles. There's green circles. There's all kinds of fucking circles. And you're going to be in some. It's just going to happen. You're going to have to heal through it. Use some self-heals if you can. I use a Swiftman there on the tank. We're all getting kind of low, but I know he's dead, so we should be okay. My tank trinket actually procced. My PvP tank trinket actually procced, which gave me a nice little bubble. He pulls another mob. I believe I tell him here soon I need a drink. Don't be afraid to let them know you got a drink. Like, if you got a drink, you got a drink. And this is only Mythic 13. Yeah, I'm typing now that I need a drink. But yeah, man, it's basically just going through. I'll probably talk about some PvP here in a second. I'll talk about some more PvE. To really gear, unless you're going to be a 2K player in PvP, you're going to have to gear in Mythics. I tried to drink there in one of the red circles. That didn't work out too well. But you're going to have to heal in Mythics, and that's just the way it's going to be. I don't like it. I would prefer that you would be able to PvP and get the same item level as doing PvE. but you can't. It's just impossible. Maybe Blizzard can work on that, but I mean, I understand if you're 2K, you'll be getting, what is that? I think you get 470 pieces, 465 pieces at 2K and ranked. So, I mean, you'll be getting decent gear if you're 2K. I believe my 3s is 1700 right now, and my 2s is like 1550. It's pretty low. I haven't done many 2s. I've been thinking about doing some RBGs as healer. I like healing, except for arenas. I don't know. I main Guardian in arenas, which I know a lot of people are going to say fucking tanks shouldn't be in PV or arenas or PvP unless there's a flag map. But yeah, I enjoy it, so I play it. It's a game. Have fun. So he's running up to get these other two before they pounce on you, which this tank knew exactly where everything was when it was needed. So yeah, just fun games, man. Mythic 13th. As you can tell, we started with 30 minutes. And if you can tell by the end of this video, it's 29:33. So we made it by, I don't even know, 30 seconds at the end. So it was very close. We do have some wipes. I don't think we wiped any time around here. But I know we do wipe once or twice. Of course, when it comes to this, you can either dispel yourself or tank. Definitely is going to be the go-to when you have that. It just puts out a little fear. I do it on myself just because if the tank gets feared, as long as I can keep him up, he's going to stay alive. He's not going to take that much damage. But like right here, I just do pick the hunter. But just keep him alive, keep him going. We actually skip all of this, which is super nice, all the way to this next boss. So it was a good way of doing it. I'm sure this is how most people do it. I'm just trying to DPS a little bit throughout this. I know my DPS isn't really going to matter that much. It's just taking for 3K and 5K from time to time. It's just dots that I put up. But yeah, we're already at the next boss. So time-wise, we're doing amazing. Except, I think it's the other side we wipe. But you'll see here shortly. But yeah, I mean, it's Mythic plus 13. It's nothing crazy, but it is fun. If you need a strategy on how to do it as a tank, the way this tank did it was perfect. If you need a strategy as how to heal it, I believe I did a decent job in this one. DPS-wise, we had some issues standing and stuff that we shouldn't have. But like right here, you have one DPS going to each totem, and the tank's going to pull him to one totem to help DPS. So each totem has a DPS on it. I'm going to dot, I believe, all the totems. Yeah. I put up both my dots on both totems just to help out a little bit on damage. Hunter's taking damage just because he's on the totem that is where the boss was. So totems are going down. We can't really damage the boss until actually the boss takes 0 damage while the totems are up. So you need the totems down. Totems are starting to go down. 1 down, 2 down, and the last one's the hunters, and it's down now. So all 3 totems are down. Now we can blow up the boss. A normal strat I do is either sit beside the tank or sit behind the tank, and I'll show you here in a second. I'm about to do it. See, if you sit right directly behind the tank, he's gonna be walking through that green shit. So I always like this sit beside policy. So I'm basically this boss doesn't do much AOE damage other than the green shit that's everywhere. So which the Shadow Priest just sits in for some reason, like rarely moves. But if you see me, I'm just going around the outside, making sure not to put anything on the tank, making sure not to put anything on the DPS. But, you know, this is basically a DPS race to kill him before he puts green shit everywhere. If our DPS was horrible, we would not be able to complete this boss. But Everyone's DPSing well. I don't have Omen up or anything to show the DPS. Mage takes a big hit there. He's trying to get all the green shit, so he ice blocks. I heal him up so he can come out, and boss is dead. Now I don't even know how far we are into it, but we're doing, time-wise, we're doing amazing right now. No wipes, no issues. 2 bosses down. Let's see, 1, 2 to go. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Go back into this so we can run back. We're just running back to the front now. Back to PvP. I love PvP. It's probably my main thing I do. But again, you can't gear in PvP until you get to 2K to compete with Mythics. So my Guardian item level I believe is 470, and my tank or my healing healing item level is 467. Now right here he pulls 1 mob, which I think is cool, and then he throws it for the 2nd mob. Now this is a horrible move. Because you'll see in a second. So that charge takes me and the mage down to 50% health. That AoE takes the mage almost down to dead. The Pally's already heading in the bubble. The Shadow Priest is taking a trap ton of damage. They're throwing out dots that do a lot of damage. Yeah, it's basically pretty crazy. I used Tranquility here because I thought it would help, but I died because I stayed in the AoE of death. But I guess one of the good things is doing the Tranquility, everyone kind of had some hots on them. I die. Mage dies. I believe Hunter dies. So you can see the timer's going down. Every time you die, you get a minute taken off. So 3 deaths means 3 minutes off, which is horrible. I'm trying to think. I use Gardening Affinity just so I can do this for mana. So I go into it just to use Frenzy Regen. To get me topped off, I need to take that dot off, which I do. But yeah, that was definitely a pull you should not do because we had 3 deaths. That's 3 minutes off. It would have been much smoother just to pull 1 mob and then pull the other. Maybe the tank thought accidentally clicked. I don't know. We're not doing voice or anything. But there's the red shit of death again. Don't stand in that. Basically everything on the ground's bad. Don't stand in shit. It's just stupid. Definitely going to have to drink before we go to the next thing. Let's see. Just healing up. Healing up. I don't know how much heals actually do in here. It's not like PvP that tells you at the end. But I know all 4 other people said good healing just because 2 of them stood in shit. And, yeah, there's the mage saying never pull that 2 together. He already has 4 stacks. So they're going to kill these mind flays. Tentacles, they do mind flays. But that's the issue with this is I wish I had more than just 1 dispel. But 1 dispel is good enough. I don't think anybody wipes here. No, we don't. They're killing tentacles. I don't even think you have to kill the tentacles if you run up in line of sight. But they're killing them, which is fine as long as you don't stand in that purple shit. Tentacles are down, so they're catching up to boss. Of course, I'm throwing my dots on them just for a little bit of damage. Like I said, I'm not here really to do damage. I'm here to make sure no one dies, and so far 3 people have died. So that's on me. It's kind of on the tank too for pulling 2 mobs, but it's still on me. Again, you don't want to stand on top of the tank because that little bubble shit that this guy's doing, you don't want to put the tank right in the middle of it. So spreading out's good. With the 2 ranges we have, it's good. 3 ranges we have, it's good to spread out. And it just works better. Good damage. Now we're at the next boss. I believe I drank before the boss. It doesn't matter. Just drink whenever you can. Make sure you're as much mana as you can. If you're doing no voice, please type it out. That way the tank knows what the hell's going on. But yeah, so he's going to pull 100 tries of freezing trap. Definitely missed. But that's fine. At least he's trying CC. I Iron Bark him here. Just because I have a feeling there's a lot of damage about to come out. Everyone does a really good job there of missing that AoE. But, yeah. I guess one thing I could work on is just keeping my hots up on the tank. at all times. I know when you're healing others, it's hard, but just keep your hots up. I Sunfire everybody. It takes for, well, there's one for 8k, another 8k. I mean, it doesn't take for bad. And my corruption is, with my cloak, is at 0. So I don't have any extra corruption. The one item I do have is a guardian piece that does AoE damage near me, which does nothing for heals because I don't want anybody near me. But yeah, just tank and spank right here. Make sure everybody stays alive. Make sure you're not standing in dumb shit. Heal when you can. I'm trying to think what he does here. Yeah, just tanking. But it's going good. It's not a bad run. You've seen 3 deaths so far. And I hate, because I keep my heal bot, so that's what I'm running. That's my add-on heal bot. It's the only one I have. I keep it near my other buttons just in case I need to hit Innervate or Barkskin, Iron Bark, Renewal, myself. Any of that stuff, I can hit it really close while still healing, and I don't have to move the mouse much. So yeah, they go down. Now it's time for boss. This boss is it's a pretty easy boss for being plus 13. I mean, plus 13 is not too difficult, but if you have people in there not knowing what they're doing, it is difficult. So for this boss, an ad comes. Make sure you kill that ad. As soon as that ad pops, Spirit of God, make sure you kill him. Kill him. These little gold balls are rolling around. Don't get hit by them. And then he's going to do a move here in a second where you need to go jump right here. Transfusion, where you need to go jump in one of the red circles. I was the last one to do it, which is right there. So he actually takes damage if you're all in the red circles. If you're not in the red circles, then he gets health. And again, you're dodging the gold balls. So if you have a shitty computer like I used to, this would probably make you log out because there's shit all around, there's shit moving, and it's a boss fight. Again, the ad comes out. Make sure you kill the ad. There's a dot on me. I take it off. And yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple boss. Shouldn't have much issues at any level, really, for this boss. Of course, I'm the last one because the DPS got theirs first. And he's taking all that damage, which is huge. No one dies here. We actually die at stupid fucking points. But yeah, just keep everybody up, man. Healing's easy. I think healing is the easiest, hardest thing in the game. Because I believe you can, if you're a bad healer, right there, Shadow Priest dies trying to run through the fire. Horrible idea. So I took another minute off. So you have 4 deaths now, and you only had 30 minutes to do it. So we're down to 26 minutes instead of, I'm drinking, who rezzed? The healer rezzed. And now I'm going to heal him up. We rebuff. Everybody's fully buffed. There's 2 fires here, and you're going to see why I said there's 2 fires there. Because I get down here where you should be. Everyone should be here. I think I do a war stomp here just so AoE stun. The hunter is actually in one of the flames. He gets out. So he's over here by me, which is good. The mage and priest are still on the stairs for some reason. Don't know why. They should be on the other side, where we're standing. But it's okay as long as they don't get hit by that fire. Yeah. So it's just another mob. These next mobs are the tricky ones. And it's weird because there's only one elite in each mob, but they're the trickiest ones. So right here, mage dies, and tank was in the flame. So tank got out of the flame quick, but mage went down because he stood in the fire. I have 2 rebirths, which is a good thing about a druid. You get these rebirths. So yeah, I can just battle res the mage, and he's back helping. But it did take another minute off. Now these, so the one with the star on this Sky Screamer, they do a fear, and it's like a 6-second fear, and it won't break. So you have to silence this guy and kill him quick. But these little shits that are non-elites do so much damage. It's kind of crazy. How much damage they do. Right here, I'm standing in a red shit. Just noticed too late, but we're out of it. We're on to the next mob. He pulls, what does he pull here? Okay, so he didn't pull the extra ones yet. Okay, good. So we're just tanking the non-elites right now. But they do crazy damage, man. I wasn't expecting after the first mob, I realized how much damage these guys were going to do. But just pulling 2 of these mobs with this red shit, I mean, I'm going I'm at 35% mana, and we just pulled 2 mobs. Most of them were not elites. So I go to drink here. I'm drinking. These guys both fear. I don't like pulling both, to be honest, because we only have so many interrupts. And interrupting both of them is going to be incredibly hard. And one gets a fear off. So it's a 5-second fear. Pretty long fear. I don't think it affects us too much. Yeah, it doesn't affect us too much. But that could be bad. In the direction, whatever direction you got feared in, it could be bad. So we're trying to kill this guy. They do interrupt the last fear. So now it's time to go do the mobs on the other side of the bridge. So we run over there. As long as you stay on that little track, you're fine. I take damage crazy, which makes my tank trinket proc again. And I'm going into bear form to heal myself. But it's just the damage output. I guess it is plus 13, but fuck. It's a lot. Just do these mobs on the outside. Like I said, if you're watching this for a tank perspective, this tank does an amazing job on the way he goes and how he doesn't. If you're watching it from a healing perspective, it gives you an idea of when you need to do some pretty big heals. I should have said I was drinking. I didn't. So I'm going to run over here and start healing. We only pulled 1 mob, and I think this was my fault coming up. And actually, I know it's my fault. So I run here to heal, and I pull this other mob. And I die, which means everyone's going to wipe. So we're going to have, there's 6, 7, 8, 9 deaths now. So that's 9 minutes off the clock. So you had 30 minutes, or maybe it takes 30 seconds off. I don't know how much it takes off for a death. But, yeah, we're down to 720, 718 now. Tank just went down, so that's 10 deaths. Maybe it just takes 30 seconds off per death. So, yeah, that's the full wipe. And I feel like shit because it was me walking backwards that did it. I pulled another mob without paying attention to where I was standing. So we're back on this one. We're just going to kill this one quick. No need to pull that other mob at this time. Timer is ticking down. So we know it's going to be close. We can't have another wipe. We can't really have much of any more deaths. That'll just be bad. But here we go. We're on to the next mob. Time to heal your ass off again. I should have showed you my talents before, but they're pretty standard talents for Druid healing and PvE and BGs. I've noticed with Druids, I mean, I could use Innervate a lot more, which I should. In PvP, I use it all the time. In PvE, I forget about it. But Druids do go kind of on these heals. And then when it's needed for a big heal, we do have, if you spec into it, 2 Swift Mends, which make your regrowth pretty crazy. So you do have some big heals, but you just need DPS to not stand in dumb shit, and you'll be alright. I go up for War Stomp. The Shadow Priest does the AoE stun also. There's a dot on the Hunter. You need to take that off as quick as possible. So I Swiftman here into a Wild Growth, which is going to heal a lot. Taking damage. I should go Bear Form and heal myself. Yep. There we go. Bear Form to heal myself. I'm back full. Back healing the tank. And back healing the DPS. No one's standing and shit, so this is just standard damage. And the tank's taking a lot of it, which is okay. Just make sure you dispel that dot, because it's a big circle. And that Shadow Priest is sending a shitload of apparitions. Tank's got it now, so dispel him. Again, my hots fall off. My hot should never fall off with a tank. That should be the main objective. But yeah, I'm going on just 1 mob, which is horrible. I'm trying to DPS a little bit, which is making me, it does use some mana up. So they're dead. Bingo, bango, bongo. Now this is a trick that you can do with a Hunter. The Hunter is actually going to mount pull the mob that's near the stone and feign death. So there's the hunter running in. He pulls all them. He goes as far as he can to let the other 4 of us go tap to the stone without having to try to even kill that mob. Once he gets to the point where he's about to die, he'll feign death, which will send that mob back to the middle. But since we're already on the other side, that we see that mob's back, it doesn't bother us. So the hunter now can go to any portal, click it, and get to where we are. And it doesn't take him long to get to where we are. This is a good way to stay away from these spiders. It's a good way to avoid that middle mob. But you have to pull all those side mobs, which is okay. But yeah, this is the easy part. We're just trying to get him up to the boss, so he doesn't die with all these spiders, and we go through the portal and do all that bullshit. Time-wise, it's pretty close. We had 7 minutes a second ago. It's getting pretty close. We do this in time, but like I said, it's 30 seconds. Hunter is not back with us yet. Still says out of range, I believe. Tank got kind of low there, but he's running, so the guy's hitting him in the back. And where is our hunter? Our hunter should be right there. So our hunter's back. So now it's time to... Yep, hunter's with us. We're all here. I'm full mana. It's go time because the clock is ticking. Someone types in a second about it that it's super close. We got to go. Again, kill the ad. If there's ever an ad with the boss, even since BC days, kill the damn ad. These arrows are going to spawn a duplication of yourself. So go as far away as you can from the boss, because if that gets to the boss, he gets super OP. DPS will take care of him. Like I said, go far away. That's why he's taking in that corner. You run to the opposite side. The ad's still up, so we need to kill that ad, but DPS is on it. I ran through a spider like a retard, so that puts a purple circle on the ground. Not a huge mistake, not the best. But ad's about to go down. Boss is still taking AoE damage. So ad's down. Good. Stay away from these spiders. It's pretty simple. Don't let the spiders hit you. And just DPS. So here's the arrow again. He's in the back corner. So go to this back wall. At the back wall, there's my little apparition thing. And DPS will kill those super quick. No worries there. Yeah, I mean, DPS is going to kill those super, super quick. Again, put your dots up. DPS the boss whatever you can. Keep your hots up as a druid healer on your tank. And just go. Because our clock was ticking. Yeah, these spiders kind of follow you, kind of not follow you. It's basically just stay away from them. Arrows on the head. I actually run to probably like the farthest part. I probably ran farther than I needed to, honestly. But I ran as far back as I could. It was good. No issues with the ads. All DPS knew to kill them. I have no hots on the tank, but that's because I ran way too far. So I want to get some hots up on them. I want to get them some heals. I want to heal the druid, or the hunter. And the boss is going down. No issues. Tank and spank, other than those two things. Kill the ads. Don't let the spiders hit you. When you get arrow over your head, get as far away from the boss as you can. And we make it in time. By 30 seconds. So you beat the time. Loot-wise, I believe I get a ring. Let's see. Yep, I get a ring that's actually I can use. But yeah, it was a fun run. It's a good strat. This is a perfect strat for this place. So if you learn the strat and you learn what to look out for, it should help out a lot. And hopefully this video was helpful. If you'd like, please subscribe. And there will be many more to come of PvE and PvP. Mostly PvP, but take care.